I'm Michael Jensen, editor of AfterElton.com.
And I'm author Brent Hardinger.
And we're two gay guys.
And this is the review edition of our vlog that we call Passing Judgment.
On Passing Judgment, we review various gay-related entertainment.
And here, from the Olympus-like offices of AfterElton.com, we act like the ancient god Zeus, passing judgment over all we see.
If we like something, we crown it with the garland of gay glory.
But if we don't like it, we zap it with a thunderbolt of disapproval.
This week we'll review the new horror movie The Mist, Robert Zemeckis' animated version of Beowulf, and the new independent gay romantic comedy East Side Story.
First up, The Mist.
The Mist is the adaptation of the Stephen King novella about an otherworldly mist that descends on a small Maine town, bringing with it all kinds of horrors, some inhuman and some all too human.
Now listen, everybody. We are experiencing some kind of disaster.
No, it's the end of days. Oh my God.
Something in the mist! Shut the doors! Shut the doors!
The special effects in The Mist may be laughably bad, and some of the characters are thin or stereotypical, but it's interesting how little I cared. That's because, like the best episodes of the classic Twilight Zone series, The Mist is about an idea, and a provocative one at that. What's the most horrifying thing imaginable? Is it some alien thing from another dimension? Or is it the ignorant and superstitious attitudes that exist in the here and now, wherever humans exist? And The Mist's truly shocking ending, when the main character really does find the most horrifying thing imaginable, will have you saying, like I did, I can't believe they actually went there. Crown it.
Make no mistake, The Mist is a B-movie, but like the best B-movies, it actually bothers to say something. In this case, how thin the veneer of civilization might actually be, and how scary religious fundamentalism is. Marcia Gay Harden's character might be an acknowledged religious wacko, but that doesn't mean her religious zealotry doesn't find fertile ground in which to flourish. Why are we calling this a movie of gay interest? Maybe because as gay people we can all relate. I say, crown it. Next up, Beowulf.
Beowulf is an animated adaptation of the classic Old English poem you probably studied in high school about a warrior king and the 3 horrible monsters he has to defeat.
Are you the one they call Beowulf? Such a strong man you are.
Show yourself!
Beowulf? How about Be a Boar? This story was as stale as a 1500-year-old Danish, and Barbie dolls have more life than this animation. And for gay fans hoping for a repeat of 300's Beefcake, don't bother. While not shying away from graphic violence, Beowulf resorts to a distracting array of props to hide the hero's naughty bits in one extended fight scene. It's ridiculous. I say, zap it.
As a writer, I believe that stories set in the past tell us much more about the present than they do about the historical setting of the story itself. If that's true, what does Beowulf tell us about today? Mostly that we're in love with special effects, and that 2 of our most celebrated storytellers, Robert Zemeckis and Neil Gaiman, don't have a clue how to actually tell a story. I was really looking forward to this modern-day adaptation of this classic tale, because I wanted to know something about Beowulf the man. The movie does find a clever way to tie together the 3 monsters, a curse affecting the kings of Denmark. But what motivates Beowulf emotionally? The movie couldn't care less. I didn't care either. Zap it. Next up, East Side Story.
In the romantic comedy East Side Story, Diego, an aspiring chef in an East LA neighborhood, realizes his boyfriend is a lout and finally decides to open his dream restaurant in Phoenix. Problem is, he's falling in love with his married next-door neighbor.
Yeah, maybe I should have warned you. Latinos, we don't mess around. When we fall, we fall.
Yeah, we've been together for over a year. Don't you want us to be a couple? Diego, I'm straight.
Pablo Morales?
Blanca Campos. She's my aunt.
Paolo, mi caro.
I made some enchiladas for the new neighbors.
Hi.
I'm your neighbor. Why don't you join me for dinner?
No, I don't want to impose.
I don't want to meet anybody. I'm leaving in a month.
A month? Honey, please. That's like 10 years in the gay life.
Table for one, por favor.
You have plenty of time to meet someone, move in, adopt a crack baby. Don't forget, he does have a living boyfriend.
What's the old expression? Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge East Side Story by its beefcake movie poster or its misleading and unappealing tagline, "Love thy neighbor, just don't get caught." This is a gem of a movie with not much beefcake, but tons of heart. I thought I was done with independent gay cinema because of the crappy production values. Turns out it was the crappy scripts. Give me a good story and some touching actors, and I'm so there. Oh, and the sexual role-playing between Diego and Pablo where they play, for example, a border guard and an illegal immigrant, hilarious. Crown it.
East Side Story proves that a low budget and no-name actors need not doom gay cinema to a parade of badly made films. This independent film not only features a fresh setting, the Hispanic neighborhoods of East LA, but also tells a compelling love story. But what really carries this film are outstanding performances from Renee Alvarado and Irene Debari. East of LA is now out on DVD, and I say, crown it.
On this week's episode, we looked at the new horror movie, The Mist, which we both found provocative and chilling. Crown it. We also reviewed Beowulf, a new version of the Old English poem that had nothing interesting to say about the past or the present. Zap it. Finally, we looked at East Side Story, a new gay romantic comedy that we both found charming. Crown it.
That's it for this week.
Join us next week for another episode of Two Gay Guys.